Are you looking for healthy ways to power your day and your life? Welcome to 5 Minutes to Feed Your Potential, our series of short podcasts designed for busy people just like you who are looking for easy, delicious, and practical ways to be healthy and happy. Listen along as our chefs, dietitians, and other experts offer insights, ideas, and inspiration. There's something about a traditional home-cooked meal that's special. We all have foods we remember from our childhood, foods our mom or our grandmother used to make, foods that feel like a big warm hug, even now that we're all grown up. Comfort foods like meatloaf or mac and cheese or chicken and dumplings. They all have a few things in common. They're hot and hearty and rich and filling, but not very healthy. Comfort foods are wonderful, but not so great if you're trying to eat a little healthier. That's why we invited Chef Tim Zintz to join us to share his tips and tricks for reimagining our favorite comfort foods so we can enjoy the taste we want with a little less of the stuff we don't.
Hey there! Some of my favorite dishes are what I'd call comfort food. My mom's chicken pot pie, or that incredible lasagna she'd make with layers and layers of cheesiness. Comfort food means different things to different people. They evoke memories. Every family and every food culture has their own special dishes. But the problem with comfort food is that they can weigh you down. So people ask me, is there a way to make comfort food a little healthier without losing the memories? Well, the answer is a definite yes. It's actually pretty easy if you know some tips and tricks. Okay, before I get started, my first rule is don't try to take an indulgent, rich, high-calorie comfort food and miraculously transform it into a health food. That's not what this is about. I mean, a healthy lifestyle is about balance, not perfection. It's just about lightening up comfort food a little so they still taste like you remember, but they also fit in with the new you. Let's start with one of the most popular ingredients in comfort food, beef. I'm thinking meatloaf or a hearty bowl of spicy chili. How do you lighten up these recipes without messing them up? Well, start by lightening up your ground beef. When you're shopping, grab the ground meat package with a slightly lower fat content. For example, if the package says 80-20, that lower number is the percent fat. Try making a small change and switch to the next lower level. I personally use 85-15, lean and mean. You may not even notice the difference. Next idea, think about replacing some of the beef with leaner ground turkey. It has the same texture, and in comfort food like chili or stew, with all the spices, herbs, and other flavors, you won't even notice the difference. It saves money, too. Okay, another idea is to lighten up by blending in. I'm talking about blending some vegetables into your favorite comfort foods. This helps balance out all those heavy, high-calorie ingredients. For example, update your meatloaf by blending in sautéed mushrooms. This also works by blending in a little diced sautéed onion or shredded carrots, or even a little spinach, or grate some zucchini. Veggies aren't the only way to lighten things up. Another trick is to mix in pureed beans or lentils. They're great in meatloaf or a burger. I like black beans. The trick? Don't overdo it. Start with a little and then add more until you find the perfect blend. You might be surprised. A lot of people tell me they like the new version even better than the old one. The blending in trick also works with other comfort foods. Want to lighten up your mashed potatoes? Steam and mash some cauliflower and blend it in. Want to take your taco or burrito to a better place? Try blending in more onions or red peppers or shredded cabbage. For pasta dishes, add some spinach, kale, or other dark leafy greens. For omelets, go for tomatoes, broccoli, or mushrooms. All right, now let's talk about those cheesy, creamy comfort foods that we love. How do you lighten them up? Well, the secret is making smart swaps. For example, swap out some of the sour cream in your dip and swap in a little low-fat Greek yogurt. Swap out some of the butter in your biscuits and swap in some olive oil. Or reinvent your cream soups by swapping out some of the full-fat milk or cream and swapping in some chicken or vegetable broth instead. It adds great flavor and dials down the level of saturated fat. Again, it's not all or nothing. Experiment by replacing some of the rich, heavier ingredients with lighter, healthier ones. When it comes to cheese, well, this is the hard one. The texture and flavor of cheese is tough to replicate. Low-fat or non-fat cheeses and plant-based cheese alternatives sometimes work as swaps, but sometimes they don't. The real thing just seems to taste and melt much better. So, my trick is to lighten up by using less. I just use a little less cheese than the recipe calls for. And I also pick more flavorful cheeses. The more flavorful it is, the more satisfying it'll be. Okay, now how about those carb-heavy comfort foods? How do you lighten those up? Well, I bring in the whole grains. Not a lot, but a little can go a long way to boosting nutrition and also adding flavor. Add some whole wheat flour or rolled oats to your pancake batter. Or try mixing some whole wheat noodles into your pasta dish. Or swap in some whole grain brown rice for the white rice. Last on my idea list for you today is desserts. Homemade chocolate chip cookies, apple pie, brownies. They top the list of comfort food favorites. Of course, we definitely don't want to turn apple pie into a health food, but even desserts can get lightened up a bit. If you're starting from scratch, lighten up your pie by making a fruit crumble or crisp instead. Use oats or whole wheat flour for the topping, and dial down the amount of sugar in the recipe, just a bit, until you find the perfect level of sweetness. Oh, and try ditching the canned pie filling and make your own from fresh or frozen fruit. I promise you, it'll taste so much better and you can control the sweetness. Well, I hope I gave you a few ideas that inspired you. I'm happy to say that you definitely don't have to abandon the comfort foods you love. You can still enjoy them and relive those memories while making some new ones with recipes that are just as hot and hearty and rich and filling, but also a better fit with the new you.
Thanks for listening. Whenever you're looking for inspiration for healthy living, our chefs and dietitians and other experts have lots of ideas to feed your potential. Visit our website at fyp365.com to see all our recipes, blogs, podcasts, and more.